Hello and welcome back to my channel, Deep Thoughts with me. I am sitting here at my son's baseball practice right now, and so I'm actually kind of hoping that people think that I'm FaceTiming and not that I'm sitting here making a video and talking to myself. But I mean, I guess I'll never know. So anyway, I was just thinking about how I'm really trying to just slow down and take my time and do things like a little bit more mindful. I'm 38 right now. I'll be 39. If you've seen some of my other videos, I talk about how I am trying to give myself more grace and be more patient with myself and things like that. And so I'm really working on this year. So what I'm trying to do lately is I've been trying to like slow down more. And it's like the weirdest thing. If you've ever been like a fast, anxious, get it done as fast as you can type of person, try it. Just try slowing down. It is like the weirdest thing ever. So I've had like anxiety, I would say, since, probably my whole life. I know when I was younger, I used to like ask my mom for Tums and stuff because my stomach hurt. And then as I got older, my mom told me that she kind of always thought that I had a little bit of anxiety because I always would have like a tummy ache and I would need a Tum. And it was almost like the Tum was just kind of my comfort, I guess. Like it tricked my mind into thinking that I was better, or, helped my mind calm down or whatever it is. And when I graduated high school, I started getting anxiety attacks or panic attacks, whatever you want to call them. I never wanted to claim it. Like, I think the good thing about my dad, I grew up, he's a chiropractor. And so, chiropractors and medical doctors, they're kind of, against each other a little bit. Not against each other, but, they just have different views on health and body and things like that. And my dad was kind of like, didn't believe in anxiety and didn't believe in, mental health stuff. And he's not a bad person at all. And I'm not saying that he's a bad person. What I'm actually saying is that I think that with the anxiety that I have or had or whatever you want to call it, I think I needed that. I needed somebody to not believe in it, because then I didn't claim it. Like, I wouldn't claim it. You know what I mean? But so when I graduated high school, I moved in with my grandma and I went to hair school, and I started getting like panic attacks where like I thought I was going to die. And like, it was like, oh, it was the worst. And then kind of like, as I grew up, I got a little bit, I would still sort of have them, but not as often. I did used to drink a lot of beer, and I think that just drinking kind of caused anxiety. And it was like, I would have anxiety, so I would drink, and then I would have anxiety because I drank. So it was kind of like a cycle that I got into. And probably after I had my daughter, I was 27 when I had her. And I didn't drink at all for like probably a year and a half after I had her. And I ran all the time, and like I really got where I was like really comfortable in my skin, and like I didn't really have the anxiety anymore. So I think it kind of had to do with just like I was probably drinking too much because I was young and dumb, and then just not having something else other than myself to focus on, I think kind of caused it a little bit. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm not a professional in it. It is what it is. But so anyway, so then, I also kind of think that it had to do with birth control, because so 5 years ago, I got with my husband, who I'm obviously married to now. And I got back on birth control because I had gotten off in like 2013, and I got back on birth control, and I had the worst anxiety attacks of my life, or panic attacks, or whatever you want to call them. Oh my gosh, they were terrible. And finally I was like, I'm done with this. This is the only thing that I've done different. I'm done with it. So I got off of it, and it was better. And then I heard other people talking about how they have the same experience with it. And so I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. Well, I ended up having 2 more babies after that, but it's okay. It was meant to be, so it's fine. And I love them, and it is what it is. But so anyway, so back to slowing down. So like, I've really been into slowing down. Like this week, I kind of started it a little bit more, where like, normally I'm just like, hurrying to get stuff done, and I'm looking at the kitchen and I'm deciding like, okay, this is going to take me 5 minutes. This is going to take me 3. This is going to take me 4. So if I get started, I'll be done in about this long. So ready, set, go is kind of like how my mind was. And I'm really trying to like just slow down and just take my time and just enjoy things. And it really is like changing me. I mean, I feel like sometimes every time I have something that's like that happens, something like good or something that changes like that, then it's like, I feel like then something happens and then it's like, oh, I shouldn't have been so slow, or, you know, something like that. But anyway, I know that your mind is a muscle, your brain is a muscle, and you can rewire it, but it does take a while. I mean, I can't expect myself to live 38 years like rushing and being anxious and being nervous and being this and that too. 3 days and, you know, being calm and cool and collected. But I almost think that some of my anxiety was like learned. It's like, if you don't worry about something, then that means that you don't care, is kind of maybe like a learned thing that I had. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's like, well, I have to sit and stress out about it, because if I don't, then it means that I don't care. But that's not true. It just means that I'm not going to let it physically or mentally affect me. I'm just going to, you know, figure out how I can get it done and just get it done. So, but yeah, the difference between just slowing down a little bit is crazy. Even at work, like I'm always like speed walking to the bathroom. It's like, just slow down. You're here all day. Just slow down. Can you feel that peace? I can feel it just like telling myself to slow down. The other thing that I'm doing is I wake up in the morning a lot and I go straight to like reels and stuff. Like I go to Facebook and then I check my reels, and I've really been trying to just like get a new routine in the morning and just like try to have like quiet time and like just think and pray and kind of decide what my day is going to be like, rather than just like getting up and going instantly onto social media and, you know, comparing myself. Even if you don't do it consciously, I feel like you subconsciously are comparing yourself constantly. I know that I am. That'll be another video that I do, is on comparison, because I've literally spent my whole life comparing myself. It's crazy. But anyway, make sure that you like and subscribe to this if you like it, so that I know that I can continue making content, or that I should continue to make content. And this is just like my really first videos, so I'm sure that it'll get better as I get going. But if you have anything to comment or critique me on, I am open to it. So thank you, and I hope that you have a good night. And I'm going to finish watching my son's practice and pretend like I'm just getting off a Facebook conversation, or not Facebook, FaceTime conversation. So anyway, have a good night.